Are you okay, Temo?
Our camera guy just farted. Hello and welcome back to our Dota 2 the International 2019 Playoffs Recap Series. I am Teemu, your host, and on the left of me is the Swedish guy.
Well, hello. Did you forget how many days it is? Because you usually say how many days it is, you know?
Didn't I say how many days it is?
I don't think so.
Did you forget your name?
It's day 5, right?
You didn't say your name.
My name is Janne.
Okay.
You should know that by now. You should too, over there.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so we just watched the second last day of TI. In a way, I'm actually a bit sad because it's going to be over tomorrow.
Me too. But we're going to be able to sleep, eventually. So it's kind of nice too. And also, we have a pretty fucking good day tomorrow. So
That's very true, very true. And just to put it out there, I know I'm looking fabulous, but I'm not taking any date requests at the moment. And about today's game, so we started this fantastic Saturday morning with a pretty good matchup between Team Secret and Vici Gaming.
Really hyped game. Beforehand, it didn't turn out the way we would have hoped. I guess it's fair to say. Secret, they crushed Vici Gaming.
It was a pub stomp.
It was ridiculous. I honestly, I don't think I've seen a team dominate another team that hard in a playoffs, especially this far in TI. It was like 2 20-minute games, pretty much. And I think the only takeaway for me from that series was that, well, Secret looked scary, sure, but they managed to outplay an Alchemist really hard too. And Alchemist been banned the whole tournament pretty much, so I think that meant a lot for going forward.
Wait, and the win rate for Alchemist is ridiculously high. It's like close to 90 or something.
No. The win rate's not that high.
Okay.
It's not, but I think the good teams or the top tier teams, they have very high win rates with it, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I think we can move on. I think it was just a crush.
One thing to be said about the series is that we had Vici Gaming ranked as 1 going into the tournament, and going out in this fashion versus Secret is kind of like...
Yeah. It's just too bad. I mean, even for the Chinese audience, that is kind of disappointing in every single way.
True.
So,
all right, moving onwards. The second series of the day was my boys Topson and Jerax with OG when they faced in a mirror from last year's TI, the hometown team PSG.LGD. And holy smokes, what a series that was.
It was an amazing series. I think it's pretty unbelievable. We get a repeat from last year. I'm pretty sure that never happened because usually teams who win, they don't do that well the year after.
True.
And PSG.LGD has been looking amazingly good, honestly. And this series was great as well. Yeah. Obviously, PSG.LGD started strong and they won the first game.
Yeah.
And at that point, I thought they would close it out, actually. They looked super good.
It looked a bit one-sided, actually, in the first game.
Yeah.
OG got outplayed heavily.
Yeah, it was kind of close a bit into the game, but then when PSG started rolling, they just crushed OG, to be honest.
And then, going into game 2, we have a highlight clip to show, I think.
We do.
Do you want to talk about it, or should we just show it and talk afterwards?
I think the people should just watch it.
Yeah, watch it.
Misreading how they were going to be able to play out this game, how they were going to be able to shut down the Alchemist.
Both sides vying for
They
control
want to be
here.
able to fight for the bounty runes. Topson, ready to go. He's going to wait out the ice path. He can blink forward, toss back on Asamis, or he can look for more. And he's going to look for more. I'm sure he's going to grab Jarek.
Fights both of them.
And then double charge. Into the charge, into the vacuum with the wall.
And because you chose this one, so I'll give you the honors.
Yeah, I think it might not look like much, honestly, but the way Topson, and I think this shows something about OG in general, they think one step ahead. They don't just jump into fights blindly and go for it. Like, you can see there, Topson on Tiny, he understands the situation. They could kill Dragon Knight in that situation easily, no problem. But instead, he just walks past a stunned Dragon Knight and he blinks forward and catches the Jick Hero and throws him back. They get them both, and that pretty much ends the game.
Yeah.
I think it's really one of those details. like I said, it might not look like much, but it makes such a difference for the team fights. And yeah, it's the GG play.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, basically what happened after that was OG went and won game 2.
Yeah, there was
and
just
forced
nothing more
game
to
3.
Yeah, exactly.
And then talking about game 3, we have a highlight clip about that, but it's a bit different than what we used to see.
Usually we do these highlights where, you know, there's explosions everywhere and it's, you know, people getting eliminated all over the place. But this one is different, and I think we should head into it, or should we? Let's go.
Okay, and this really is the principle of getting kills into objectives, right? Is that n0tail, he understands the same thing, and he's saying, you can kill me, but if you're not taking the tower, it's fine.
It's on the run. He's pinging towards it. He's laughing about this right now.
The turn comforts of the melee creep is going to get
And
the deny on the illusion rune while simultaneously pulling all of this into Ana. So it's not even going to return into the bottom lane. This is some next level shit from OG.
Oh my lord.
Let's do this. n0tail.
n0tail, yes.
I mean, in a way, that's one of the most beautiful plays in this TI, because what happened just before this moment is that he died knowing that he would die.
Yeah.
But he just left his hero to be. He took the minion he was controlling. He pulled the waves. He didn't just interrupt the push on bottom lane, but he pulled those creeps all the way to mid lane for Ana to get more farm on his alchemist. And that's 300 IQ, next level captain, super extravaganza shit that we don't see from like players consistently.
I would say this shows a lot about OG. They have an understanding of the game that's honestly above at least most of the teams. And the way n0tail sacrifices himself for the team all the time, it just shows that they understand the game on a really deep level. And I would like to add, the play n0tail makes, it saves the tower, he goes and denies the rune, and then he pulls all of those creeps to Ana, like you mentioned, and that gets Ana snowballing, you know? That's a really, really key play. Again, it doesn't look like much for somebody. It might be like, okay, well, he ran around with a creep and that. But it really starts the snowball. And OG are making a lot of these small plays, which are big plays. Let's put it like that. They look small, but they are massive.
So now I can do this because OG went and won game 2, so it means my boys are in the grand final! Let's go, Finland!
I mean, who could have seen that one coming?
I did.
Sure. I think we should add a clip here from our predictions. I mean, obviously, we both want OG to do well. We like them, both of us. And we had our doubts, but we also had... We gave them a chance, you know? We didn't count them out, sure not.
No.
But this is
beyond
this
what we
is
could
just
have
so much more than I would ever believe, and it's absolutely amazing.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Going forward.
We went into a third game, obviously, and his Secret were back on the table, and they were up against Liquid, which has been their nemesis in the past, and well, it ended like that now as well.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think for everybody, Secret and Vici were the two favorites going into the tournament. It was pretty obvious. I mean, sure, people had other favorites and so on, but those two, they were just dominant through the year. And, well, now we lose Secret as well.
And actually, about that second series, or the last series of the day, on the second game, we saw some pretty interesting picks with Darkseer, for example.
Yeah.
And we got a pretty nice clip about that.
Yeah.
So...
Kill, Shadow Shaman, gonna be surged and go for the walkway. They drop the circle wards down, and Weeha turns, finds the first kill on the right team. Can they get him again? Gamstar trying to steal what he can. They already have the boat down, giving him that bonus, and now the X-Mark spot. There's a pretty good combination coming out with the RP, but it's not enough. It's not nearly enough. It's not even close to enough. Zai trying to run. Weeha has him in his sights. Do they dive past the tier 3 tower? No. Down to the low ground, mind control. Cosplaying this Scorpion right now.
So what most people take out is like, oh, it's a pretty cool team fight, clean up, some wombo combos. But what strikes to me is in the end when Zai rushes away with Mag, trying to get away and survive. And here comes the clutch play of this, because the vacuum gets him out of the base, they get Zai killed, and that pretty much closes out the game.
Yeah, it's a beautiful play. And also, I would like to add here that it's what we talked about before. I think Secret were you know, they were pretty confident going in against an Alchemist because, like we say time and time again, Alchemist is usually banned, and they let it through. They were probably feeling confident after the Vici game where they beat it, but Liquid showed that, you know, they are one level ahead.
Yeah,
they're playing really, really well. That's pretty obvious at this point.
And to add, I think we can now safely say that Miracle is back, the Wonder Boy.
Yeah, and I would really like to give Weeha some credit here.
He was incredible.
He's
today.
playing really, really well.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think you can see he has found his place in the team, and he's been better and better the further we got in the tournament, because it started a bit rocky, and now we're here. And honestly, they have good chances because they're going to play against PSG tomorrow. Are you okay, Teemu?
Our camera guy just farted.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen tomorrow is that in the morning we have the lower bracket final between PSG.LGD and Team Liquid in the best of 3 series, after which we know who's gonna play against OG in the grand final, which is of course going to be magnificent. And oh my god, I can't keep my shit together.
I can see that.
So, you there behind the screen, press the subscribe button, like the video, leave us a comment, tell us what you want to see, because we're not doing this for ourselves, we're doing this for you.
Before I do my thing, I have one question.
Yeah?
Who do you want to see in the final? PSG, LGD, or Liquid? Who do you want to see there, and who do you believe we will see? Actually, that's the 2 questions.
Honestly, because the tournament is played in China, for the sake of Dota 2 gods and all that other shit, I want to see PSG.LGD in the final versus OG to get the rematch of last year that goes to Game 5.
Yeah.
Honestly, at that point, even if OG loses, it's going to be a hell of a series.
It's going to be amazing. Either way, it's going to be a great final.
It's
but
going to
I
be
would really like to see a rematch between PSG, LGD, and OG as well.
Yeah.
I think the series today was really good. It could have gone either way, honestly, in my opinion. They are really well matched, and when they go up against each other, it's always good games. So I'm actually hoping for it. But if Liquid manages to go there, it will also be amazing.
I mean, we can't go wrong. It's going to be a great final, and it's going to be a great lower bracket final before that. So with that said, we're going to say goodbye now, get our beauty sleep, and be back tomorrow. And as a disclaimer, the last recap video, which is about the finals, is going to come out on Monday because people need to sleep. So, yeah.
All right.
Thank you
That's
for
it
watching.
for us today.
Cheers.
Peace out. Cheers.